G'day, welcome to another video of Fly Corp, my string challenge. We continue to try and make our way all the way around the world in a single line. Okay, so we have a fair bit of the Democratic Republic of the Congo to connect to things, which I haven't really set up yet, but I think for the time being, we should just bite the bullet and connect them in. So what I'm going to do is sell that. Go in here. No, that one. And then we'll just use this guy to work our way up here. No, that's not what I want to do. That is a very wealthy airport, the Sangani Airport. Then what I think we'll do is as we get down here, let's add Rwanda into the mix. Since that city is completely central to Rwanda, I can't imagine that we're going to get any other Rwandan cities. Let's also chuck Burundi in here with Burundi, sorry, with Bujumbura. I'm going to assume that's spelled as it sounds. Possible that Burundi will get another city in there, maybe. So from here, let's run him down to there, sell that line, because I realized that this, there isn't actually a, I just had this bottom section connected for, not connected to anything. They're just sort of a short little trail to themselves. Those two aren't connected either. And then these three we can connect in here. Amazed to see that there's already red planes down in this section. That must mean there's... Oh, actually, no, I realized that these guys have probably been sitting there waiting a while. So let's go into Zambia next. Now, I guess intention here is we'll go Zambia into Angola. So let's speed things up. Let's hope that the game can cope a little bit better with our speed up. It's livable. Alright, so while we're waiting, let's have a look at our new countries. Let's give them a... Alright, well that's an easier connection call, that one. Actually, let's slow things down again. I think some of these are good to just sort of smash out with nice speed, and then other ones I think are good to travel around trying to fix some of our cities. It's really neat seeing the England start to struggle. It's such a surprising one to have the issue because they're all such short routes. That why is it suddenly something in the middle of that's going to buckle? All right, Rwanda. Officially the Republic of Rwanda, in the Great Rift Valley of Central Africa. Highly elevated, giving it the... I don't know what that word is, must be French. Soubriquet? Soubriquet? I don't know. I reckon that's a word that I would have heard said out loud. I've never seen written before. Land of 1,000 hills. Its geography dominated by mountains to the west and savanna to the southeast, with numerous lakes throughout the country. Rwanda has a population of over 12 million, living in 26,000 square kilometers. The most densely populated mainland African country, among countries larger than 10,000 square kilometers. Fifth most densely populated country in the world. Alright, Philadelphia is the one that's struggling, which is the southern one, so let's up that guy a little bit. It's not overflowing, so we'll just give them a slight benefit of a faster support. Alright, Burundi. Oh, we're continuing to get other things. Still going to just declare it as my one to watch out for, but I mean, if I'm sitting at the max, it means that someone is currently hitting their maximum. So why are you making me focus on a guy that's well off it? Mayor Pablo. New York and LA bound traffic. So that is this one. Burundi, the Republic of Burundi, landlocked country in the Great Rift Valley. So look, our population is 11 million with 27,000 square kilometers. So that feels like they'd be pretty close. Like, Rwanda's only just pipping that for population density, I guess. Oh, there we go. The population density of Burundi is 401 square kilometers. Don't know what that means. If you were curious, the most densely populated country in the world is Bangladesh. Bangladesh, Taiwan, South Korea, Rwanda, Netherlands, Israel, not Ireland. Israel, Haiti, India, Burundi, Belgium. So both of these little guys are in the top 10. Least? I mean, this only goes to 93 and there's 100 and something countries, right? Maybe it's just with a minimum. Oh, I think they'd be with the minimum of 10,000 square kilometers. Hey, we've got a few extra guys down here. Of the 93 countries with a minimum of 10,000 square kilometers for density, has Australia as the bottom one. But I don't know. I mean, is Mongolia on this list? I would have thought Mongolia's population was smaller than that. Mongolia's only got a population of like 5 million, something feels like. Could be way off with that. Whatever it is, I think that the majority of the population lives in the capital. It's not listed in this list. I don't know why it wouldn't classify. The total world, if you counted the entire world, excluding, actually, whether you excluded Antarctica or even if you included Antarctica, the world would rank 62nd on this list. So there are 61 countries that are more populated than the world as a whole, and its average. If you were under that, I guess you're doing quite well. The space, I mean, it depends on what you like. Some people like the hustle and bustle, right? But I don't know. I would love to find out why Mongolia is not considered in this list. Surely it would be rarer. Some of these I don't think are doing that bad. I mean, that guy's not taking people out. Doesn't look like. Oh no, he's... Well, where are you headed? South. Sao Paulo, so you're headed that same direction too. Amazing when you see a city that's hit that much of the percentage of the amount of people waiting at a destination. Like, what was the sudden boom that had Sao Paulo? Or what is the logic that the planes work in, that they will like, will they pick and choose certain destinations? That instead of, like, you will take, like, it won't take the first 600 people at a stop waiting to go to the next spot, it will take others, or is it just coincidentally these ones are always going to rise to the top? I assume in part yes. We'll probably up him a bit, since this is a 30,000 population airport. It would suggest that this guy is slowly, over time, just been an absolute disaster. Problem though will be that the faster that this guy can move is that he'll push his problems onto this guy, and then this guy will push him onto that guy. But surprisingly, this guy is going a bit hard since he's got 2. So let's sell that guy. Well, it's a sudden surprise of Russia. A very small airport, that one. Just got to keep an eye on this, because it looks like we're now going over in excesses, which suggests that the mapping might be broken. By mapping there, I mean the mapping of where they're going to try and travel through, get to their next destination. Alright. Neat to see that we're still picking up some cities in South America. It's nice to know that the world isn't just completed, that I've left behind. It will continue to give me secret cities of gold. This whole part seems to be sitting yellowy and hectic-y, but I think that a lot of that could be, based on how fast you can see those colours changing, it seems like that's going to be to do with the size of the airport. These guys, on the other hand, I don't know, I think he's doing alright. south for this guy, that's the problem. I mean, we've got these guys that are also sitting as red. Gotta make sure that everything in this portion's getting moved along. Yeah, I don't think that... I mean, we'll give that guy an up, but I don't think that this guy needs another plane on there at all at the moment. We'll see, but for now he should be okay, I think. Well, you are going to definitely be connected to this side of Africa and not this side. I've already got concerns about how Angola is going to fit into what I've done here. Possibly, depending on where the Angolan cities are, we could possibly sneak it in up here somewhere. Yeah, I mean, look at those numbers versus this. Let's do a save and load. So we are way off. Alright, now talk to me about what's the problem. Chicago. Chicago's north. Let's think about what we've got going on here in this section of America. So this is 2 very long flights to get to a city that I don't need to be long. We could have that just connect there and there. Question would then be, well, how do you connect everything else? It would be that would be the short trip option that would have you take all of this, cut that, and then continue on that way, which would mean that everyone from Reading, El Paso, that section would have to be connected elsewhere. Now, I mean, we could connect that into this little gap here. That would separate this part of America from the rest of the world. It would mean that if you were coming from this side and had to get to LA, you would have to go through all of America. And that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Because you're going to have to go through... Yeah, like, there's going to be cities that are going to be in bad positions. Sao Paulo is even worse than that. Would it possibly make the whole thing more efficient? Let's give it a go. So we'll connect them. We will sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. That. Doesn't seem like there's enough of a gain to bring Albuquerque over here. Run Mexicali to there. Get rid of that. Mexicali, sorry. Cali, but I assume it's, since it's California, it'd be Cali. Thank you, this route, for sort of arcing out slightly to the left. So it does seem like it's a bit more separated there. So that's our new layout. I mean, it still has a few longer routes in there, but let's see if that's any... I mean, I'm not going to be able to tell if that's any more efficient or anything. I guess the only success out of that is one of my long-time complaining airports of Salt Lake City is definitely not going to complain at me anytime soon. At least if I put a 300-seater on that guy. Kalamazoo. Glasgow, Chicago. So Chicago's back this way, so that's all south. Lima's this way. Okay, that would explain that. Oh, did this reset them? Oh, there's a fun new little glitch. I wonder if it's because they were locked when I saved and quit. Oh, that must... I mean, I guess if I was confused or unsure about whether that was an Algerian city or a Tunisian city, I guess that just answered it where it was not a 200 cost. Alright, so that's this side of this game. Still Madrid. I've not had too much extra added to Zambia. Oh, there we go. Burundi did get a second city. I wonder if there is a pattern to where they were talking about, and like obviously the high populations of these two countries, and that sort of great rift they were talking about, if that's something that runs down this way, because you can see the pattern of all the southern Congo cities, all the Zambian cities, as well as them all sort of run in a line. So I wonder if there's any significance to that, or if it's just coincidence in the way that they've unlocked cities for me. New York, so that is this side. guess that guy's got 2 planes, which is helping just push that along. And 2 planes on this one, so surprising that one might need the help. Buffalo. Again, that divide's very suspicious. That I mean, it is possible. No, it's not possible that the 5th most common one has 1 city in it, and they've got 1,000, because that would mean there'd have to be more than 1,000 countries. All right, well, Choma, you have done a good job of making this connection slightly shorter. Livingston is named after Dr. Livingston? Well, I presume. I regret nothing. Alright, let's have a look. Livingston, Zambia. Serves as the capital of the Southern Province. Tourism centre for Victoria Falls. Historic British colony. Named after David Livingstone, a Scottish explorer and missionary who was the first European to explore the area. First European to explore the area, I'm going to guess. I'm sure someone had taken the time to wander there previously. The other day, I put my phone down and my daughter walked up to it and picked it up and said, "I found your phone." I said, "You didn't find it, I put it there. Who are you, Western civilization?" And I chuckled to myself and realized she didn't appreciate it and no one else heard it, so I'm telling you now. And yes, so sorry, I've just gone silent there for a moment to read about it. Phrase Dr. Livingstone, I presume, is the greeting spoken on the shores of Lake Tanganyika, right? Tanganyika in November 1871 by Welsh-American journalist and explorer Henry Stanley, the moment he was culminating of Stanley's expedition to locate explorer and missionary David Livingstone. So there we go. Correct. Alright, we'll just wait for that one to sit idle for now. Yeah, we've got a lot of... I mean, it's always nice to look at your new end of the line because there's not much... never much red in it. Birmingham, so they're heading... this way. No, wait, Birmingham. Is Birmingham England? Yes. There's a Birmingham, Alabama? Yes. So there is a Birmingham either direction on that city. Alright, so San Jose has now started to become the one that's suffering from the new layout. So that's heading this way. So we will give him a generous 500-seater. This guy is also suffering. New layout, so we'll give him a second plane on that side since he's got 2 on the southern one. Give him a little upgrade as well. So Phoenix and LA would be back this way. You think about those poor people that would have traveled, and there definitely would have been some. I don't know why I did him so high up. Poke that guy. Poor people that would have traveled all the way to get to LA, got to about here, and then been like, oh no, they've changed the route, so we've got to go all the way back across America. There's no way that it would be faster to drive from this side of America to that side of America. Sorry, to fly from this side to that side than it is to drive. There would be probably certain stretches where from Wichita Falls to Nashville. Maybe that would be. You have to take 3 connecting flights, the amount of time in between. Urbana. Sounds like a clothing store. Infondo. Oh, that's a popular location. I guess that's the collection of it being the new country at one point. And then everyone to head out. Well, that's definitely broken again there. I mean, some of this is going to be hard to gauge because it's just wrong. That's alright, we'll leave it for now. Alright, let's cut that one. Slot that guy in between. And again, some of this is just hard to read because they're is a little bit broken. But benefit of the doubt, we'll give him a little guy on that side. It's not doing too bad, it's just that his 2 planes were just in sync with each other. So they were the longest possible time to come back and recover anything. Memphis still unsure about itself. That's San Jose that it's to travel to. Do this side again. Let's give it a 3rd plane and we'll make that a 300-seater. So it's sort of got even more breakup and variety. There we go, I've started spending more money on my builds than I'm making, so I've dropped down. I wonder if this is actually slowing down because, say, the distance that you do have to travel. Like, if I've got a guy from here to there, that could be more than an hour in game time, if not more, for him to travel from that point to that. So I'm only getting paid for that once he finally makes it. And there's a chance that at any point he will hit a maxed out airport and just disappear. Alright, so that's probably where we're going to leave it on this one, with just the three countries added. I will leave those 2 cities just separate at the moment. Angola will be next, so it could be that we bounce up here and then drop into the south, or we could come in this way as well. If we come in that way, what would happen is I'd open Botswana, move this in there, then into Namibia, and then into South Africa, and sort of swing that way, and then come back up. Sorry, connect Madagascar in there. We will make that connection though. Alright, there we go. Addition of a few more landlocked African countries. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, Catch you later. See ya.